You are incredible at what you do. Your clients say it, you have the results to back it up, and you know deep down that your offer really works. So why does your website still leave people hesitating? Why are there people you know would be a perfect fit client that you've nurtured a lot with your content still not booking buy on your service or offer? So one of the reasons I see again and again when I do that one-to-one messaging work with my clients across service-based businesses, coaches, creative consultant, even early stage tech founders with a bunch of investment behind them, by the way, is this. They don't have a clear process plan. And without it, your audience doesn't even know how to move, let alone what the steps involved to take to move even are. In today's episode, I'm breaking down what a process plan actually is, why you absolutely need one for your business categorically, in your website, in your messaging, in the way that you talk to your customers again and again, non-negotiable, by the way, and how the biggest brands in the world use this strategy, whether you notice it or not. So let's get into it. A process plan is a simple step-by-step. My glasses keep falling off my nose. It is so hot today. I don't know where you are right now, but oh my God, it's like 30 degrees. Okay, a process plan is a simple step-by-step pathway to give your customer so that they understand how you work together. Think of it like a bridge, right? Your dream client is on the other side of that riverbank, and there is this ridiculously fast-moving water between you and them. And you know you want to bring them to safety on your side of the river, but they don't know how to get to you, because if they swim across, they'll get lost in the chaos. Your dream client is standing on the other side of the river and they're interested in working with you, maybe even super excited by who you are as a person. In you, they see the promise of getting to the other side, but they're just not sure how to cross. Your process plan is the bridge that gets them to that other side. It shows them, 1, what happens when they book with you. 2, what to expect along the way, so there are no curveballs or unexpected moments. And 3, what success actually looks like at the end. What kind of customer transformation do you deliver in working together? Here's the secret, by the way. It isn't just about logistics, because you will see a lot of people go, well, you know what, there's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gets overwhelming. You really have to simplify it down so it's super clear what the deliverables are and what they'll achieve. For example, with the Brave Bird Boost, my one-to-one messaging service, step 1's information station, context gathering, getting to know their business inside and out. Step 2 is gathering those insights into action. So we put together a positioning framework unique to them. And step 3 is to get that messaging documentation that they can show up across the whole business, as well as done for you website copy. Those are my logistics, but they're not the only part of it, right? You have to also think about the character or customer transformation you deliver. In each of those steps, it isn't just about, context gathering. It's about helping them brain dump everything they feel about their business, getting it all on paper. It's an emotional gut reaction they have to go through to get through to those insights. It's a process that is teased out through my marketing expertise. So think about that. When you go through each of the steps of your process plan, what unique value do you deliver in your approach as you're going through that? Because as a service-based founder, your why, your story, your approach, your mission, and how you work with clients sets you apart. So that's how you want to think about the process plan as you go through. And also it's about confidence, right? When people see a clear plan, they trust you more. You reduce friction. You make them feel really, really safe in it, and they feel like they're nurtured and they're held in place and they feel supported. So you show them, I've done this before. My process plan shows, I've done this with loads of other people before. And I know I can make you, have that transformation as well. So by having that process plan on your website, explaining that really clearly, you're showing how you lead. And it's super important. But it's not just about copy. You really have to think about how that translates to how you talk about and show up about your service everywhere in all your content. And if you're interested in the Brave Bird Boost, you can check it out on my website and see my process plan in action. It is something that everyone who's gone through it has really seen the value of. So that's a little plug. But yeah, your process plan is super important. Okay, pushing up my glasses one more time. Oh my God, it's so warm today. So how do big brands actually approach the process plan? Let's take Apple. One of the biggest tech companies in the world. They do not just show you the product. Think about how you interact with Apple when you are thinking about moving to buy. They show you how it fits seamlessly into your life, from browsing the site to pre-ordering to unboxing. Their entire process is designed. And actually that element of service design, which you see so much in product-based businesses, and it relates to so many different types of business contexts. So Pret a Manger, which is obviously a food business, you walk in, you grab your sandwich, you pay, and you go. Absolutely no confusion. You know when you go in there, I'm going to go to the right of the till. I'm going to see all the food produce. I'm going to pick the sandwich that I want and the drink that I want and the snack that I want. And I'm going to stand in that well-placed queue up and then pay. Same for Greg's, for example. You know that clarity is super intentional in their service design. So think about how that relates to your service-based business itself. When you work one-to-one with someone, you want to give them that level of clarity in choosing your food or your produce. You're choosing your service and your offer and the one that's best for them in their place in life right now, and how easy it is to book, get it set up, and what the deliverables they're going to get at the end of it. A tasty sandwich in the form of your service. And think about even like budget-friendly airlines like EasyJet. I've talked about Ryanair so much already in my content, but I mentioned them before because it might be a very chaotic process, but it's on purpose that their process is incredibly clear. The flights are incredibly chaotic if you've ever been on a Ryanair flight. But I keep going back. I always book Ryanair because their process is incredibly clear. You choose your flight, you expect no frills, you pay less. And that's it. And that's part of their process plan. It's super, super intentional. So it's not about having necessarily like the best process in the world. It's just about making it really easy to understand. So if it's getting overwhelming for you, think about it in 3 core steps. You don't have to have 6 or 7. In fact, the more overwhelming you are with showing all the value you deliver, the more stressful it is for the person trying to make a decision. You get decision paralysis. So as a solo founder, it's even more crucial to have this process plan. Because you don't have the brand awareness of Apple, you certainly don't have the brand awareness of these big tech brands. You may not have the budget to go with it, but their words, are simple for a reason on their site. And the same is for you. Your words are your experience. How can you simplify that down and inject your value and unique approach as you do it? And if you need help to do that, by the way, you know where to find me. So there are 2 types of clear process plans that you have on a website and are really, really crucial in your messaging. The first is the direct process plan. This is the step-by-step they'll take with you to be able to go from A to B. So for example, if you're a leadership coach, it might look something like, book your intro call. These are the amazing insights you'll gain from that intro call. From there, we'll map step 2, your 90 days. And in those 90 days, you will achieve X, Y, and Z. And by the third, you'll finally build a leadership style that feels aligned to who you are. Something along those lines with a lot more, obviously, nuance and magic that only you can bring. That's your direct process. You're showing, from A to Z, I went American there. From A to Z, this is what you're going to get. The transitional process plan is a little bit more interesting because this is where someone's not ready to buy from you yet, but they really want to stay in your world. So how are you giving them clear pathways to engage with your content? It might be joining your newsletter. It might be watching your podcast episodes. It might be engaging with your social content. Give them a really clear, direct call to action within your transitional plan for how they can stay in your world. And another way of thinking about it also is it can't just be join my newsletter. It really has to show a deeper transformation, the emotional shift your client will go through by staying in your world. So it's all about the language there. Okay, so it seems pretty simple. So why don't most founders have a clear process plan? Here's a lot of the time what I hear, I don't have a set process yet, or it really depends on the client. Each client's different. Or I'm not sure how to simplify it without losing the nuance. Or I've written something on my services page. Is that enough? There's this kind of hesitancy around it because it feels really scary to codify what you do into one clear process. And actually, maybe you feel like you're going to qualify out people who would want to work with you if you make it so rigid. But in reality, if you have that one clear process for at least your signature service or the thing you do the most for, or the most type of work of, you will start to attract other people who don't necessarily, they might think, I don't want to do that service, but oh my God, they got their shit together. Maybe I should work with them, but maybe I should DM them or email them just to see, is there anything else I can do with them? I'm not quite ready for that service yet. And so there is so many other additional unseen benefits to having that process plan that it's so worth thinking about how you're going to communicate your best fit process. Truth is, if you're not showing the people the steps, they will hesitate. And if you're not showing the transformation, they'll assume it's just another service. And if you're not confident in your process, your prospects won't be either. Having a process plan does not box you in. It actually gives you so much more freedom because you'll see what's working. Your audience will understand at least far more than before how you work as a service-based business. And they'll be ready to follow you because you show that you got your shit together. Inside Brave Bird Boost, this is one of the biggest pieces that we unlock together because your process plan is not a tick box exercise at all. We actually look at how your service fits in with your wider positioning. And if you don't have a service that you feel confident within, we actually look at that together and see what can we actually codify into a really sellable high-end or premium experience that you offer. Who is your ideal client? Why they need to hear and trust you? What would they want to hear in this process plan? And how do you communicate it clearly across your website and then eventually across your emails, your sales calls, and your socials? By the end, you don't just have a list of steps, you really have a message that moves people, and the process plan is a real linchpin of that. So if you're in the middle of the messy middle of trying to write your own site, or you're tired of second guessing your offer and your pitch, head to www.bravebird.io and you can see my own process plan and how we can work together. And if this episode resonated, share it with another solo founder who's really, really struggling right now with getting their service offering together and their packages sorted. This will really help them. Anyway, until next week, keep being brave.